Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Zoom tonight. I see there's a lot of people on here. Guys, I just called the Zoom together to get some answers from the company. There's a lot of concerns that came through this week, and I just felt that I need to get our director for Africa to help us a little bit on exactly what is going on in the company. I know there's a lot of concerns with some guys. I will touch some of it. So just be patient. I just want to unmute Jonathan quickly. I see he's on the call. Hopefully it works.
Good evening, everyone.
Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing?
I'm great, and you?
Oh, awesome, man. Thank you. Awesome. So, Jonathan, thank you for cutting some time off your hectic schedule to talk to us, guys, tonight, because, Jonathan, we are in big trouble in South Africa. As you see, the numbers is not really growing, and we just need something to start up the good vibes again in South Africa, just to get everybody's confidence up again in the company. I know there's a lot of problems, and I hope you can address them tonight to say your kind words what the company is doing at the moment with that. So I've got a couple of questions for you, and please, if I sound too direct, you know me. I like to say a thing as it is, so we need to sort this out. And thank you for the time. So, Jonathan, my first question that's a big concern around everybody is the withdrawal problems. I know a lot of people got paid out last week, but there's still a lot that's over 40 days, 30 days. So obviously it's a concern if people join something, they work very hard and they don't get paid. And then they become very negative. So can you just put some light on what exactly happened? And why does it take so long for payments to clear?
Definitely. And first of all, thank you for being here tonight, and thank you for inviting me. We are, of course, prepping for the event this coming Saturday. I know a lot of you guys have directly sent me messages or calling me as well. And the payments is definitely one of the things where we are making sure that we are finding a solution that is much more efficient. At the moment, it's not running the way it should. I totally agree. You guys are doing a fantastic job, and of course, you should be paid for the work that you are putting into this as well. No doubt about it. There is no type of issues running in the company more than the processes and how the structure is. Tomorrow, we're going to make sure that we are addressing this again. I came from Spain last week. We had board meetings and management meetings around not, of course, just this, a lot about the future, about the long-term goals and where we're going to take this company, but of course addressing the more urgent things that happens at the moment. And this is the top priority at the moment. And we are going to make sure it's going to be fixed as quick as possible. There is still some backlog, and it's not about, to be 100% honest, about sending the list with people who are not being paid. It's more about building the processes so we can go from 10 to 20 to 100 million people without having these type of delays. So as we discussed before, if you are having delays that is then over 4 weeks time, or 4 weeks, send your usernames to Bernard, and he will send them to me, and I will send them to finance. This will, of course, not solve the long-term thing, which we will address and make sure that those ones are sorted out. I'm going to work and do everything I can to make sure that this is going to happen. We are here for the long term, and you guys are doing a fantastic job. So we are going to make sure we get these things sorted.
Okay, that's great news. So, Jonathan, do you think that the payments will ever come at a stage where it can be less than 14 days?
Of course, of course. I
Is it?
mean, it's about getting the system in place. When you have the system in place and you have a more automated system in place, I think what we are facing right now is we need to make sure that all departments are combined and no one falls behind. We need to make sure that we are fixing those processes. We're going to get down to the 14 days. After the 14 days, we're going to make sure that we cut it shorter. This is not about being happy with 14 days.
Okay, that's very good news. So, Jonathan, I also have a lot of questions about guys that want to cancel their withdrawals that they already made and start all over again. Do you think that's a good idea, or must they just wait on you guys to pay them out the original withdrawals that's been submitted?
For now, I think you should keep them. There's no really need if they have not been then longer than 2 weeks time. If they have been longer than 2 weeks time, I would suggest that you cancel them and make them again, just to push the system again, because we're going to make sure we clean up these payments and then getting down to the 14 days. After the 14 days, we take care of the ones that's been, we're not going to be happy with 14 days.
Okay, Jonathan. So I think we need to propose something about everybody send their usernames to me, or basically your uplines. I see Anne and Cindy. Everybody is on the call low. So if you can send to your direct uplines, your senior positions, then they will combine everything and I will send it to Jonathan. We give it like 3 days. If you still haven't get paid, guys, then just reset and do a withdrawal again. But Jonathan, I'm sure you will make a plan to get that sorted for us this week.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is not about having any type of uplines, myself or the finance department, to receive emails from people. We're going to make sure that we are sorting out the system, making sure that we're finding the process that is needed for this. For now, please do it, and then in the future we're going to make sure that we're sorting this out.
But Jonathan, what happened? Why was there such a big backlog? How can be prevented? Because it's already, say next week is our residuals again. So a lot of people going to cash out once again, and it's just going to cause a backlog or all over again. So is there a measure or preventative in that matter?
I mean, it's basically two different systems, so that will not really affect it. It is not about the company status. We are in very good health. It is about the processes and the system that we have in place. So we need to fix that to not having these type of issues coming up again. Because I mean, as you noticed and as we noticed, I'm receiving a lot of complaints as well, and we need to make sure that we're fixing these ones for the long term. We need to make sure that we're building the processes for it.
Okay, good. Then Jonathan, I know when I started at Crowd One, it was a big thing for us to have a Crowd One card and to just be able to spend your money with a Crowd One card or your account balance. What is the predictions? Why is it not in the back office anymore? Because this was actually a very good selling point for all of us to get people onto Crowd One. If they're hungry today, they can just go and spend their money with the Crowd One card. So is this also still in the running, or what is going on with the card?
Yes, definitely. And again, coming back from Spain, I had some good news about it. We had a company that were presenting. They were not, to be honest, checking all the boxes. We still have multiple, companies that we are evaluating. This is some of the key things, and of course, the focus are on the bigger markets, where South Africa and the rest of the Africa is the key one that we need to make sure that we're finding one for.
Okay.
It's a little bit more challenging with the COVID, of course. We are getting out of that one. We're still running tons of meetings online, of course. Some of the things are easier to sort when you're sitting down face to face. And I'm, as well as a lot of people in the company, are missing the opportunity to meet the people out on the field. But the cards are something that we're pushing every day.
Okay, that's very good news.
What type of cards are you like using yourself? Are you like onto
We don't have
Wirex?
any cards yet, so that's the problem. I saw on Rense's call the other day, they went for the Wirex cards and tell everybody they must use that. But unfortunately, that does not work in South Africa. They don't ship the cards. So there is none of those cards available in South Africa yet. I know there's one company that started to roll it out, and it's working quite good. So, but other than that, I don't know of any other company in South Africa that have this cards, and that is why everybody is behind it. They want this card
Yeah,
because
of
they
course.
want to spend their Bitcoin.
For sure. And I'm receiving, different like options from you guys as well. I received some really interesting ones, and every one that you are sending to me, I send forward to the product and the finance team. So they are evaluating all of them together. So I'm always sharing the information that you are pushing forward to me.
Okay, very good news. Okay, Jonathan, then we all talked about the exchange, okay, and it's something very close to everybody's hearts that also when we started, there was an in the back office, they said clearly that there's going to be an internal exchange where we can sell our Crowd One rewards to each other. So it's basically inside Crowd One. All the rewards will stay inside Crowd One so that we can basically build a pension plan for ourselves. So whenever we want to retire, you sell your Crowd One rewards, and that was a brilliant selling point to everybody. And now it's not available in our back office. I know it's a big concern as with the Reserve Bank and all that people that we don't have the licenses yet. Can you just put a bit of light on that? Will it come back? Will it still be in Crowd One's plans?
Yeah, I mean, as you were highlighting, this is something that people could have been using before. I have been with the company since November, October even 19. During my time, I have not been really seeing this, but with the lights we're having at the moment, with the Reserve Bank, with FSCA, and all these other ones, I think it's a wise time that we're just, putting that on hold, making sure that we get everything together. And as you know, we are not, selling any financial service or products. When
Yes.
everything has calmed down and we can, build the business as it was supposed to be, something we're pushing in the future.
Okay, that's very good news. So, guys, there you have it. There's still some light at the end of the tunnel for you guys that really did it. But you guys must also understand that this Crowd One Rewards is something huge. And I said it numerous times on my Zooms as well. Just remember, if a company like this only have 2 products now that's really generating money for them, imagine if Mixter launch. Imagine if there's 5, 6, 7, 10 other products launching. It's a lot of profits that's going to our profit pool that pay out in our Crowd One Rewards quarterly. So you guys need to hang on to it because that is really something that's going to pay you guys every quarter, and it's going to be huge. So Jonathan, just 2 more. Mixter is launching. Is everything in place?
Yes, for sure. 14th of November. Everything is moving as planned. We had a good call today with the company, with Greg, the founder of the company, and everything is moving as planned. We have seen the games. We are preparing the introduction movies and making sure that everything is looking fine from our back end. In a lot of discussions with them, of course, but everything is going as planned.
Okay, so
That's one thing I would like to highlight for the event coming up on Saturday. That make sure that you are registered from your back office for the event. If you are registered from a back office, you will make sure you will receive some information with your registration that will give you an advantage for the launch of Mixter.
wow.
So on the 14th of November, Mixter will launch.
Anything that you can hint us on that's going to happen on the 10th?
10th is going to be great, actually. I'm really looking forward. There are some changes. We're, of course, highlighting some of the people that are really pushing the company. We are having some recognitions. We're talking about some general business updates. We're highlighting where we're growing. We have some really amazing performance from world artists. And of course, we're going to have a really nice time together. But make sure, because it's going to be a pre-look of Mixter. You will meet some of the key people behind it, and you will make sure that you're finding the role model for it as well. So some keywords from the founder, and of course a lot of interesting things happening on stage.
That's awesome. Jonathan, I see a question here from the audience, if I can say it like that. It's always good to have a Q&A. So I know you and George have a monthly meeting with us, or 2 monthly. Is it possible to maybe one time have like a Q&A so that the guys from the public or the other leaders can ask 1 or 2 questions? It was just a proposal from everybody, so because there's a lot of things that the guys don't know, and even the leaders that are not carrying it over to everybody. Do you think that would be a possibility?
Definitely. You people are part of the Telegram group. I will make sure that we are sorting that out, and I think it could be even possible to have it for the next coming one.
Okay, brilliant. Jonathan, I also see that the Dubai address is still there. How are you guys coping with that in changing it over to Spain?
It's going great, actually. It's really great to see that we have some experienced people coming from some of the not just networking companies, not just MLM, not just that type of background, but they're coming from big companies. They've been in the industry around finance and legal for quite some time. The team is really building up in Spain. So as soon as we have everything organized and sorted, everything will be, of course, be moving over to the Spanish company. It will not happen this year. So you have an idea about the future, but we will still run the operation as it is for now, and then of course we move everything over to the Spanish company.
Okay, so for the conspiracy theorists here on the call, no, it's got nothing to do with anything. It's just we need to get our stuff in place in Spain before we can move our address, as that is where we were registered the first time. Any plans with South African office, Jonathan? I know I'm keeping you a bit up, but I have you now, so you need to answer our questions.
Take the opportunity. That makes sense. You're a salesperson, so well done. About 10 to 50 minutes, and I'm still here. No, of course. I mean, the South African office, as you know, the plans were, as I mentioned, I think in February in Durban. I even announced that I was going to move down to South Africa. Then something came in between, and my plan is still that I should move down to Johannesburg to make sure that we're pushing not just South Africa, but the rest of Africa. I'm at the moment in Stockholm. I will fly to Nigeria to make sure that we are getting everything in place in Nigeria as well. And then the plan is next year to move down to Joburg. Okay.
Then the iPhone, what's going on there? When will I be back?
Sorry. This is actually, it's quite sad when you're sitting on the other side, and there's tons of things that's been written in media. We are trying to attack them from both our PR communication way and both from the legal perspective and myself. It's hard to deal with media, and it's something I learned. I have kind of lost my trust in the media, how they work and how they operate. Most often they have their story already written. So whatever you say, whatever type of information you share with them, they are always going to try to turn your words around. The reason that Apple took the application away from iStore is due to the media that we noticed in South Africa. So what we are working on instead is to build a system that is more efficient, to to have it inside basically the application. We'll make sure we build something in-house where we can control and make sure that we are pushing out everything, without having those type of implications.
Okay, that's very good news. So guys, just to end off, I have to say, I see there's a lot of questions over the Reserve Bank, and myself and 25 other leaders were interviewed the last 2 days. It was quite intensive. I must say they ask a lot of questions, but like I told Jonathan afterwards, it's easy to tell somebody the truth than to lie. So I think it went very, very well. The people were very impressed by what we told them. Clearly, there was a total wrong impression set out to the press as the Reserve Bank stand as a neutral person. So from hearing from all of these leaders, they told me right after, Barend, you have nothing to worry about. And I think that words is very important to keep to all of us, is that this company is really fighting for us in South Africa to keep everything as steady as it. So unfortunately, we can't push them. They used outside contractors to basically investigate and all of this. So once they have all that information gathered, they will take it to the Reserve Bank, and the Reserve Bank will say yay or nay. So we can't unfortunately not push them.
Yeah, sorry, just for me to add something as well, that we have been in contact with them and we have sent more than enough. We sent them tons of information they asked for, and then much more. I know that some of you people have been in contact with them, and if you have questions, please call me. That's normally the easiest way. If I'm not picking up, please just leave a message and I will make sure that we find some time for it. We had a discussion on Saturday, I think, with some people in South Africa as well.
Yes.
Just to basically go over what is expected, and the outcome is that you should feel free to say the things that you know for sure. If you're a little bit unsecure, you're not quite sure about the answer, because you are independent affiliate members, you are not the company, so you will not have all the information about everything. As I explained for you before, Bernard, that if someone was asking me like how is everything working with Nike, for example, I will not be able to tell how everything is working from the beginning to the end. Same thing with Crowd1. Like some of the stuff you will never be able to know, and you need to be able to say that, sorry, I don't have that information, and then refer them back to me.
Exactly. Okay, guys, so there you have it. Jonathan, thank you very much for your time. I'm pretty sure that all the people can't wait for Mixter to launch. They can't wait for the live event again on the 10th for the recognition. And guys, I just want to thank everybody, every one of you that's still with us in Crowd1. I know we're going to overcome this mountain. We just have to stay positive. And like I just read one of these messages here, I'm pretty sure that we will have a document from the FSCA to approve us when it's available. So then we can show the prospects. And another thing that I also saw this last 2 weeks when I was out with people, there's still a lot of people that doesn't even know about Crowd1 in South Africa yet. So it's just us to go and tell them about it. That's all you need to do. We need to keep on telling people about this amazing company and what this company did for South Africa already. And I even highlighted it to the Reserve Bank today. I said, do you know how much money flows into this country from products that's been sold outside the country? We are doing such a good thing for this country, they don't even realize it. So guys, keep up the good work. Jonathan, thank you very much for joining. We will definitely talk again.
For sure. Thank you so much for having me. And remember, even if you're watching with someone else on Saturday, make sure that you register in your back office for the event. This gives you some type of pre-step for the Mixter launch. So it's very important that you register from your back office, and I will see you on stage on Saturday.
Thank you, Jonathan. Cheers.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.